missing ingredient was incest.
And look, that
Y'all didn't tell me this show was peak.
an actual older gentleman. This is peak dad. This is peak.
Yo, hear me out.
Hands is back with some more of their unique.
I might need to watch this show for research purposes. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are having a great day. Today, we're going to be checking out Gigguk's video of Winter 2025 anime in a nutshell. I really want to start reacting to more anime, so I figured a good transition would be to reacting to anime-related videos. So here we go. This reaction is a bit late compared to the video coming out a month ago, but it is what it is. I'm definitely going to react to the Spring 2025 anime video from him much earlier, so don't worry about that. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm very excited.
I'm busy, it's the new year, you're probably watching this on the toilet, so I'm not here to waste your time. It's Winter 2025 anime, and there are a load of new shows, and of course, all the anticipated sequels that are returning. So, what is worth watching? The highly acclaimed Apothecary Diaries is not coming back this season and doesn't have another 24 episodes that started airing from January 10th, 2025. Did you hear that, Mum? There is no more Apothecary Diaries if you're watching. Me and Dad love you and enjoy having you present in our lives. Solo Leveling is back with Arise from the Shadow.
Wait, what? No, that's an absolute lie. Unless I've been having a schizophrenic episode this entire season, I'm pretty sure season 2 has been coming out.
Me and Dad love you and enjoy having you present in our lives. I haven't caught up to Doctors. Solo Leveling is back with Arise from the Shadow. No idea why it's called that this season.
It's called Solo Leveling Arise from the Shadow because whenever all the dudes watching this season, something's arising out of them.
And I'll be real, watching these trailers make me feel like that meme of skipping one single video game cutscene, because what on earth has this show turned into? My Happy Marriage is continuing on to its second season, along with 100 girlfriends. Hopefully now there's less people shouting, "It should have been me, not him." These are probably...
I tried watching 2 episodes of this show, but after the second episode, I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
The same people that still fantasize about having a threesome one day. Don't lie to yourself, guys. Have some self-awareness. If I wanted to disappoint 2 people at the same time, I just talk to my parents. Some storyline. It's got it all. The quiet girl that everyone picks on, the bad boy with a secret heart of gold, and so much in-your-face bullying you'd think this was a Korean webtoon. I mean, goddamn, she deliberately flunks her high school exam to a prestigious school so she can go to the same school as some hot guy she just met. That's not a bad life decision, that's just playing the long game. But of course, the guy out-bullies the bullies that bullied her, she opens up, gets more confidence in her day-to-day life, but it makes you think. Behind that shy, quiet exterior, I wonder what's really going on in that head of hers. Jesus. Go down! Go down! She down!
Oh, so she's a book talk girl. Okay, got it.
Bad and she ain't getting back up! Last season, anime did something I never saw coming. It slowed down on Isekai. I know. Aside from the sequels, of which there was just a measly 5, we had just 1 new Isekai come out, and I thought, wow, is this the beginning of the end? Has it finally come time for the anime industry to explore new ideas aside from just random dude being transported to some fantasy world? And yes, now I can safely say anime has grown out of Isekai and is doing original things. Except for the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. Now, to be fair, this is not some random dude. This is the Red Ranger. This can't be a power fantasy because he's meant to be powerful. We've not seen this before. Doesn't count. Same thing as the dad who gets reincarnated.
I'm actually kind of interested in watching that and this as well.
Into a villainous
given
fantasy
how
world.
my audience described the show to me.
This is not Uncle from another world. This is dad in another girl.
Don't get me wrong. I'm upset with how oversaturated Isekai is nowadays. But that show right there, Uncle from Another World, that show's peak.
We've not seen this before. This is a genuinely funny and interesting twist on the villainess genre, with a main character who is... Finally! An actual older gentleman. This is peak dad. This is peak villainous protagonist. This is what your drunk uncle sees at the family wedding dance floor. Magic Maker has a dude that genuinely thought if he remained a virgin by age 30, he would gain magic powers.
Bro.
You haven't seen this before. So yes.
Bro, I'm about to turn into Harry Potter if that's the case.
Gets reincarnated to a fantasy world with a loving mother, father, and sister, but then he decides to invent the concept of magic, but is seemingly unable to do so, because he must be missing some kind of ingredient.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the missing ingredient was incest!
And look, that...
Man... Y'all didn't tell me this show was peak. What the hell, bro? I gotta watch this. I'm just kidding.
Definitely a new idea we've not seen before. We are truly innovating now when anime is introducing us to incest-based power systems. Salaryman? In another world? You can't tell me you've seen this before. He's here as the head honcho of the Demon Lord's army. Oh, you've seen this guy before? Who do you think that is?
Bro, what in
Ainz
the...
Al Ghul? No. This is Ainz A Goon. The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. This guy.
What kind of description is that? What kind of description is that? This is basically Isekai Amazon?
Is... in a fantasy world, but he has the power of Amazon Prime. We've only seen this once before. Just once. Plus, this man fucks. He literally fucks. My man isn't just out here clapping monsters, he's clapping some cheeks.
Okay.
We got another dude transported
possibly
to a fantasy world. Okay, it's
possibly
looking bad, but
the
he gets the alchemy.
He
class,
might not
which
be,
is meant to be super
but he also
weak,
could
but
be.
It's actually secretly strong. Except the thing we haven't seen before is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Maybe Isekai really didn't go anywhere. Maybe we do need some originality in
Bro,
anime,
all of this was
which
still
is
about
why
Isekai
I'm
anime.
so glad we have anime original shows being made like Zenshu. Zenshu looks like an anime doing something different this season. I saw the trailers and it just looks stunning.
Oh man, I'm so glad Zenshu's not an isekai.
Following the story of an anime director getting immersed in her own work,
I dropped this show.
rediscovering her passion for animation. The potential of storytelling seemed endless, on top of the gorgeous visuals coming from a high-profile studio, and this is an anime original not bound by any source material. This was it. This could go so many places, only bound by the limits of imagination. So then, they transport her to this fantasy world we've not... Hey, darling. So you know how we watched Arcane together and both enjoyed it? Mm-hmm. Well, I've reinstalled League of Legends.
Valid crash out.
Sakamoto Days.
Valid crash
out.
out.
Anime IPs out this winter, this is by far the one with the most eyes on it. Because of course, it's yet another big Shonen Jump adaptation, giving us an action comedy following the daily life of a legendary retired assassin turned family.
Here's the thing about Sakamoto Days, right? Everyone's saying like, oh, the adaptation is mid, the pacing is not very good. I'll be honest, I read the beginning of Sakamoto Days. I'm actually caught up with the Sakamoto Days manga, and I've read the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to drop the manga because the beginning of Sakamoto Days is it's not the best.
John Thick. He can kill you like this.
John Thick.
Or this. Or this.
It's definitely gonna be better.
Or even this. The only person he can't overcome? His wife. The woman that found an assassin, knew he was an assassin, and married him anyway. She said, I can fix him, and she did. Kids? This is what we call generational talent. On the Shonen Jump spectrum of shows, this seems more into the spy family side of things, marrying wacky family drama with high-octane action. Before watching, I saw a lot of people complaining about the animation, so I was expecting some kind of Blue Lock level of fumble. But what I watched...
There are some fight scenes which are heavily butchered compared to the manga, like the Sakamoto and T-Rex fight. That looked actually bad. It's like watching a PG-13 version of an R-rated manga, if that makes sense.
I watched was a solid
they took out all the
adaptation.
edginess.
Not fantastic, not bad, not even mid, just solid. Which just shows that in this modern day of spectacle that has given us the likes of Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dandadan for high-profile adaptations, solid just might not cut it anymore. As an anime only though, I'm still enjoying myself immensely. This probably won't take over the anime community like manga readers had hoped, but it's still a fun ride. And I'm always down for more Shonen Jump titles with an older protagonist, showing that even older men can kick ass and take names.
Please.
Look, if Sakamoto could do it, at least I got something to look forward to.
Listen, all of the male protagonists are younger than me, and I'm 25. I feel old as hell watching all these shonen shows.
My age. What is he? 50? 60? Jesus.
27. Fuck. I'm still good. I'm still good.
Okay, all jokes aside, I gotta come back to this because it's actually good. good. Despite the genre labels this may have turned out to be, make no mistake, this is 100% doing its own thing. The series kind of blindsides you, starting off by showing a story about an overworked animator struggling to meet deadlines for her newest project, with laugh out loud levels of irony when you consider the studio making this, because of course it had to be made by studio. You know what, it doesn't matter what studio.
I dropped it around episode maybe 6 or so, but the animation is actually really good, the art is really good, and the action scenes are pretty well done. So yeah, if you're looking for isekai shows with good animation quality, there you go.
It was made by. If you're really curious, you can search it up yourself, because I think the work in this anime should speak for itself, and we shouldn't be making any assumptions based on individual projects, so I shouldn't say. I'm not gonna say. It's by Studio Map. But then the series goes full isekai, and I'm not talking about a 1-2 episode gimmick, it fully commits to it, but instead leaning heavily into the vibe of old school isekai. You know, even before that word was a thing, and we just called this entire genre fantasy.
Yeah.
Escaflowne, 12 Kingdoms, Magic Knight Rayearth. Yeah. Tales that seem more Narnia than Sword Art Online, with the twist.
Yeah, I will say I like that more. I like that they leaned more in the the medieval fantasy type of thing rather than sci-fi fantasy like we've seen in so many isekai shows nowadays. They're leaning to the more traditional fantasy, so that's what I like.
Being that this animator gets sucked into one of her childhood movies and can change the plotline by summoning literally anything she's able to draw. I'm a sucker for anime that have these meta-narratives, but when you add on that she essentially summons legendary moments of animation from our history, from the monster in Nausicaa to the Itano Circus done by
wow,
Itano
I didn't know
himself,
that.
This is looking like it's going to be a wet dream for
that's
any
actually pretty
Sakuga
cool.
nerd, and a love letter for the history of animation from the entire team.
I didn't know they were
I mean, just
actual
look at this scene and
characters.
tell me this isn't the POV of the burning passion of every artist out there right now. For you romance junkies out there, don't worry, winter has still got you covered. We've got a story set in July of the year 2020 with some mysterious disease spreading around the world, canceling.
All right. As much as I love anime, one thing I don't like are the anime titles. What kind of description is this? Anyway, I'm falling in love with you. That's the most generic description you could ever have.
Yes, that really is the setting. Perfect for a hot, steamy reverse public
Wait,
event
what's the
in
setting?
Year 2020 with. Don't worry, winter has still got you covered. We've got a story set in July of the year 2020 with some mysterious disease spreading around the world, cancelling all public events and gatherings. Yes, that really is the setting. Perfect for a hot, steamy reverse harem anime where people are definitely not social distancing. They went all
nice.
out with this one, even with the theme song. Have a listen to this. Here comes another comfy
That actually sounds like a banger. What is that, the opening?
romance anime with a shy guy and an extroverted girl. I wonder what her gimmick's gonna be this time.
Ow.
Yeah, the premise of this one is essentially some blonde, energetic anime girl trying to charm the stoic, calm guy in class who's not having any of it because he's walking down the path of enlightenment and training to become a monk. Shut up. We have the least obvious sponsored anime definitely not paid for by the Okinawa prefecture, where an oblivious Tokyo boy moves to Okinawa and falls for a girl but can't understand her wacky Okinawan dialect. Clearly a concept like this would only work in a country like
Passport bros be like.
Japan. I can't imagine this working in somewhere like the UK where we all speak English and we understand each other perfectly.
I was wondering if you could teach me some local phrases.
Well, it's very hard to bring them to mind. This is the thing. It's all right.
I was about to say, y'all speak English, but it's not the same English, okay? There are levels.
You're not going and happy, that's.
I tell you what,
Ooh, another office anime romance. This one seems cute though. Two co-workers who are secretly into each other trying to avoid the judging eyes of other co-workers who are just trying to guess who in the office is fucking. So the real question is, how saucy are we feeling in this romance anime? Maybe we'll get some hand-holding, or if they're feeling really spicy, maybe even first names. Maybe even they'll...
Ohio, Yui.
No fucking way.
I'd like to speak to your manager. I'd like to speak to your mother.
You know, if all that Isekai on display earlier just wasn't enough fantasy for you just yet, then... What is wrong with you? I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Let's be real, you're gonna be watching this one for Takahashi Rie, or this out-of-nowhere, beautifully animated opening.
I was about to say the opening is a
where
banger.
Some dude gets a class he thinks is weak, but is actually strong. There's a new dungeon anime with an A-ranker surrounded by 3 conveniently...
Look at this boring-ass title. I left my A-rank party. That feels like the first half of the first sentence of the anime synopsis. That doesn't feel like an anime title.
color-coded girls. Huh, why does this dynamic seem awfully reminiscent? But no, this is totally different because here he's a teacher helping to bring out all of the girls' abilities while adventuring. He's teaching red hair how to fully utilize her red powers, blue hair how to use blue power, and then there's white hair.
Hey! No, stop. Just calm down. Don't do it.
I'm Getting Married with a Girl Who I Hate, a wacky rom-com where an unwilling couple are forced into a marriage by their grandparents, despite the fact they despise each other, bicker about everything, and constantly find issues with one another. So, just like your average marriage then.
He made the joke before I did.
I'm not gonna lie, this is just Nisekoi in 2025, except the grandparents are even more deranged. There's generational trauma, and then there's regretting not getting with your high school sweetheart, only reuniting when you're past retirement, so you hatch a plan to live vicariously through your grandchildren by telling them to either get married or lose their multi-million-dollar inheritance to a dog. What could go wrong?
Alright, I guess I'm doing a marriage then.
Or, how about option 3? I'm gonna need a palate cleanser after that. Oh, hey, cute anime girls. What's this one gonna be like?
Jeez! What is going on?
That's my reaction.
Gohan's is back with some more of their unique
I might need to watch this show for research purposes.
animation aesthetic. You can say what you want about Studio Gohan's, but they put a lot of love into their craft, truly giving us a visually stylistic anime that blends emotional depth with action-packed storytelling all into one beautiful package. And after watching the first episode, I'm gonna lie, this was awesome. On the exact opposite side of subtlety, Studio Bind is back adapting a work from the creator of Hibike Euphonium. This one's a niche one, exploring the relationship of two girls that seem to be about as straight as your average Hoyoverse friendship. As they enter the
What is that show? Someone got to tell me in the comments below for research purposes, of course.
unique world of spoken poetry.
Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
The subject matter will ensure that this will not be one of the most watched shows this season, but it doesn't give a damn. It's atmospheric, it's beautiful, and it looks like a lot of the team that worked on season 1 of Mushoku Tensei are pouring that same passion into this one. There's a new anime from Yoastar, but it is not adapting one of their gacha games. In fact, it starts off with the protagonist quitting gacha games because her favorite game is being taken off live service. So, in
That is literally me.
an attempt to fill up her newly acquired free time, she goes outside and touches grass and becomes active and finds a new hobby and is able to make new friends and generally discovers a healthier lifestyle. And Yoastar, are you trying to tell me something here? There's House MD,
Is that actually the plot of the show? I might actually watch that. That sounds interesting.
adorable, fun-sized
I was,
anime girl
yeah,
edition.
I was wondering about this
That's
one.
it. That's literally the show. If you've had
Wait,
the
what's the-
adorable, fun-sized anime girl edition, that's it. That's literally the show. If you've had trouble falling asleep thanks to a nightmare on Elm Street, well, let me introduce you to A Wet Dream on Elf Street. Yes, this is the true power fantasy show of the season. A man who can isekai himself by falling asleep every single night wakes up one day to find out the literal elf girl of his dreams has followed him into the real world. This
Wow.
is a wholesome, feel-good show. See, free run fans, just because there's an elf character doesn't mean we need to add any culture to it. We can all be sick. Okay, let me just be that
I might watch that show too. Research purposes, of course.
guy for a second. I've read the manga of this, and it's bloody fantastic. I realize that many of you are going to see sports anime and figure skating and just immediately check out, but this won the best
I'm not gonna lie, I checked out. I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it though.
new manga of its release year for a reason. Peak writing, peak drama, and one of the biggest things that stood out for me was its fantastic portrayal of children. Wait, hold on. I know what that sentence normally means in anime, but just let me finish. Anime has a certain way of representing children that always seems just a little bit off. Either they're treated as some squishy mascot character, or they talk like some middle-aged adults, or they're just a fucking minion. Medalist treats them with the same
Hey, don't knock on my girl Anya, bro. She is actually a really well portrayed kid. Not like that.
level of respect in writing as they do its
No
adult
diddy.
characters. A respect that perhaps we can forget to do in real life while still acknowledging that yes, they are kids. They're innocent. They can be cute, but they can struggle with real insecurities we can easily miss. They can be way more capable than we give them credit for. But
might
most
watch this show, to be
importantly,
honest.
They can surprise you in the most wonderful ways if you
I
just
should.
give them that guidance to point them in the right direction. This is not just a story about ice skating. This is a real human drama on what it means to be that role model that some of you may or may not have had. The effects it could have and the euphoric happiness when you see the younger generation you care about achieve a joy you'd forgotten how to feel, without dramatic twists, without melodrama, just real human struggles and an important reminder that
That's dope.
sometimes we can learn as much from our kids as they do from us. The only thing to be wary
like
about
that.
is Studio Engi don't exactly have the best track record for top tier adaptations. But even if they are able to portray just a fraction of the emotions contained in the manga, this is going to be one of the best shows this season. Okay, everyone ready up? And action!
どうした重そうじゃないかロングソードより台所で包丁を握っている方がお似合いじゃないかね
Dave, your line was, "You have no chance of defeating me." Man gets reborn as a small adorable animal and gets adopted by a sexy anime girl. Wow,
What the-
I haven't seen a concept like this since... But no, this is different. This is
Honestly, after the freaking vending machine reincarnation anime came out, nothing surprises me anymore.
different. This time it's a cat, and the cat is actually a behemoth, so this is really closer to your action power fantasies. He can power up by eating, he's got special abilities, he locks in during battles, he's got that dog in him. Look, his owner just sees him as a pet.
Jesus.
A pet. That's it. This is not Inukai's cat. There is nothing sus about this. Anime would never make another show about thirsting over anime.
Dang, man. I didn't know Winter Anime had all these peak animes.
Well, I guess there's only one thing I can do. Hey guys, hope you
I didn't think I'd ever hear his name again.
enjoyed that video. Thank you very much this month.
That was a summary of all the animes from Winter 2025. I feel like I think the anime I legitimately want to watch more of is probably the Red Ranger one, Medalist, of course, and Gotcha Game one. I'm interested in that one. So, yeah. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And if you guys have seen any of these animes that I haven't seen, definitely comment down below and comment down your experiences, good or bad. If you liked it, comment that down below. If you didn't like it, be sure to also comment that down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had such a great time with this. Let me know if you guys want me to react to more of this anime related video. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.